Hello and welcome to HRX XPOD. I am Pallavi, and for all our listeners and viewers, you know that at XPOD we promise to bring in unique voices, lovely faces and some exciting personalities who have great things to offer to you. Likewise, for this drop as well, we have a great lineup of people who are going to come and have wonderful, wonderful, exciting things to share with you. So stay tuned and follow us. Hello and welcome to XPOD. You all heard the previous drop of XPOD, and while we had some experts and practitioners in our previous drop who spoke about Vedic wisdom, who spoke about the importance of fitness, who spoke about the importance of nutrition, this drop is going to be slightly different from how the previous one panned out. This time we have selected people who are young and exuberant, and they have risen above the average and actually done wonderful things for themselves. But more importantly, they know the importance of staying fit, staying nimble, staying agile, and looking good always. One such shining star, our first guest at XPOD this drop, is Malvika Raj. Welcome to HRX XPOD.
Thank you.
We are delighted to have you at XPOD.
Same here. I'm very happy to be here myself.
So welcome, Malvika. We are very, very excited and delighted to have you at XPOD. How do you feel?
I feel great. I feel fit suddenly with all the HRX around me. So
amazing. And I see you are dressed in HRX and you look stunning.
Yes, I do. I actually love athleisure wear. Like my wardrobe is half regular clothes and half athleisure wear because I work out every day, so you need that.
I wonder why we haven't reached out to you before XPOD. So she is our HRX ambassador officially and unofficially, guys, from now on, but you look stunning in our HRX gear. You make it look good. Thank you so much for wearing it. So Malvika, I'll just tell you about what we have been doing at XPOD so far. Last drop or season, we had a bunch of experts come in who shared their expertise in terms of their Vedic wisdom and nutrition and fitness, etc. It was more chattier, but this time I'm not feeling so chatty. I'll make it snappy and quick so that you can talk more, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to be asking you a bunch of very sharp questions, and you have to think, process, and answer them at lightning speed. So it's not rapid fire. Please give us answers so that people have something to take back to,
sure.
But we'll do it in a very snappy way. Okay. Who is Malvika Raj?
Malvika Raj is this girl sitting in front of you, born and raised in the city of Dreams, Mumbai, living every day so that I can fulfill my dreams.
So she's a dreamer.
Yes.
Describe Malvika's personality in 3 sentences.
I'm a very ambitious girl. I have the zest for life. I believe in living every day and making each day count, yeah.
Fabulous. So you mentioned you are from Bombay, you've grown up here. Tell us something about your school and college. Where did you study? And what did you study?
In Mumbai. I went to Jamnabai Nursery School.
Oh my God! Hello, Juhu!
I live in Juhu, so that's like really close
then.
to me. And I've done my degree in commerce.
Amazing. So you are a commerce graduate. How come showbiz?
I just knew this is my zone. I come from a filmy family, from a filmy background. And I've grown up watching cinema and set life. And in fact, even my first film, which I did, was when I was a child. So I think it's just entered my blood ever since then. And I was like, this is where I belong and this is what I want to do.
Were you a first bencher or a last bencher?
I was a middle bencher. Towards the last, but not last. Second last.
The reason why I ask is because people have this perception that if you want to, and it's a serious thing, if you want to make a career in movies or films, you're probably not a first bencher, which is why I asked this.
That's not true. That's not true, but it's true in my case. but that's not all the way true.
Okay. Tell us who are your best friends, and don't tell me they all live in Juhu and they're all from Jamnabai.
So when you grow up with these really tight friends, they just stay your friends for life. But other than my school friends, my sister is one of my best friends.
She's your older sister?
She's my older sister, and I think we both share a very cute bond because we're literally best friends. Like before she got married, we used to literally sleep on the same bed next to each other. So we're like that close.
How sweet. That's really heartening. What were your favorite subjects, Malvika?
My favorite class was PT. My favorite subject was geography. Yeah.
How old were you when you started acting, really?
I was 8. I think it was in
Oh my
third or
God.
fourth standard. But even before that, like my second standard, in my third standard, I used to always be a part of my school dramatics. And I think that was a journey actually where it took off. And I was like, I love the full acting life. And this is too much fun for me.
But tell me, at such a young age, how did you remember your dialogues? How did you go through the scripts? Like, didn't it feel daunting for a young girl that age to go through like peels and peels of paper and scripts?
Not really. I mean, even today, if you think about it, I don't really go through the full script. I'll just read it once and then I'll perform as natural as I can get. Because I think that's how one should be in front of the camera. If you just mug up the lines, if you're thinking of what you're going through, it'll never work out. It'll always look fake.
I think this is standard across everything. Like we say, rote learning and mugging up doesn't really help application. So that's what you did.
I mean, unless you're shooting for a language you don't know.
Oh yeah, that also happens.
Then
Oh
you
my
have to
God.
mug up.
Yes, that's true though. Okay, who was your motivation really to get into acting?
I think my family was my motivation because my grandfather, my father, my aunt, I've literally grown up in that full atmosphere. And even at home, all we do was talk about films. So it's my family, yeah. My family motivates me.
Like cosmic energy attracted you to be a part of it. Amazing. You mentioned that your favorite subject was PT. So I'm taking cue from there. Malvika, we all know that you're super fit and you work out every day. What is your go-to workout? What do you love doing the most, and for how long do you train every day?
I'm very moody when it comes to my workout. Like I know I have to give myself at least 5 to 6 days of training in a week, where we have 3 days of strength training, 2 or 3 days of cardio. There are days where I just don't want to lift anything. I want to just run on my treadmill, sweat, burn out all the extra pizza I've eaten on a Sunday. And then there are days where I really want to just go and lift. I want to lift heavy. I want to do that extra rep. I want to do that extra squat. So I'm very moody that way.
When did you realize the importance of being fit for the path you have chosen for yourself?
I think as a kid also, I was always inclined towards sports. I used to play football for my school. So I always had that athletic streak in me. But I started gymming actually in my 11th or 12th standard, which I realized because I started modeling also at a very young age. And I realized being fit is something which is not just necessary, it's important for self-care. Self-care is eventually very important, not only because you're in the showbiz or you're in front of the camera, but even for a regular person who goes to office for a 9 to 6 or something. Even for them, I think self-care is essential.
Yeah.
And fitness is a key to that.
Absolutely. And that's what we kind of talk about, promote and advocate at HRX, saying fitness is for making you the better version of who you are.
Exactly.
It's not really a chore, it's not really a task, but it's a way of living. It's a lifestyle thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we'll get into the nitty-gritty of this. When you work out, Malvika, what do you aim at doing? Do you aim at losing calories, or do you aim at clocking a certain amount of time? Like, you want to burn 300 calories a day, or you want to work out for 1.5 hours diligently? Which is your route?
So now again, that depends on if you're doing your cardio activity, if you're like running on the treadmill or doing your cross trainer, then you time yourself and you have to burn the certain amount of calories. Like for me, if I'm doing a 60-minute workout, on an average it's 600 calories, which is perfect. But if you're doing strength training, obviously you need to give your muscle that rest after every rep. So sometimes it can go on for 1.5 hours. So timing is not really the parameter, but you gotta give it your all. If you're even working out for those 20 minutes, which sometimes that's all you get.
Yeah, that's true.
But those 20 minutes, you have to give it your 100%.
That's true. The euphoria of like killing it, nailing it, burning it all.
Like Tabata is happening.
Yeah, I feel that energy. Do you count your calories when you consume food?
I used to, but then I just stopped.
Why did you stop?
Because I realized I'm not listening to myself. Like even if I would say like, no, you have to have a certain amount of calories in a day. I was never calorie deficit, so I really didn't need to do that. But because I was training for an action film, I thought like, okay, let me also get into this full zone. But it really doesn't help because eventually I feel a balanced diet is what is important and what will help you in a healthier way to lose weight.
Well said, and I relate to it because
Yeah.
I think it's like constantly consuming your energy when you are counting calories versus
Exactly.
you're doing.
In
right?
fact, if you're not counting your calories, and if you're not dieting, you're better, because when you're on a diet, all you do is just think about your food.
Yeah.
And that makes you more hungry. And if you go like, okay, I'm not supposed to eat cheese or burgers or even chocolates, you'll think about that. And that will make you want to have that more. So
I agree, I
just
agree.
relax and enjoy.
So guys, yeah, I mean, a healthier way of finding a sustainable eating habit is not to starve yourself
Yes,
or not
never.
to sort of deprive yourself of
That's the
certain
worst.
pleasures.
That's the worst.
What is your meal plan like? How many meals do you eat in a day, and what is the kind of diet you follow, or do you follow any diet at all?
No, like I told you, I live a balanced diet. I have like 3 meals a day on an average, which would be my lunch, my evening snack, and a light dinner. That's what I have.
Okay, you don't have breakfast. I just remember talking to you earlier today, and
Yeah.
you said you're not a breakfast
Yeah,
person.
not at all.
A lot of people find this very difficult to absorb. Like, how can you not eat the first meal? It kind of slows down your metabolism. There are a lot of things going on. You practice it. How do you feel about not having breakfast?
So it's not something that I've started now. This is something that I've always been doing, even as a kid. Like before going to school, I used to hate eating and going. I know it, like there are some people who just can't function in the morning without breakfast. But then there are people like me who can't eat. Like I feel sick in the morning when I wake up. So if you ask me to do an intermittent fasting, it's like peanuts for me. But I know it's like the healthiest meal of the day and everybody really talks about that. But for me, somehow it doesn't work. Even if I'm going to the gym, I think a black coffee and
Suffices,
sometimes
yeah.
just a banana or something is more than enough
Yeah.
if you're going for like strength training.
So yes, I mean, for all those who feel that, because the clock struck 9, you need to consume breakfast, I feel no.
I think you need to listen to your body.
Absolutely.
That's most important. If your body tells you you're supposed to have your breakfast, if you're hungry, of course, go for it. You gotta have it. You can't starve yourself.
Yeah.
But then if your stomach is only telling you you can't eat, you're like full, you don't need that kind of intake right now. You are energetic. I mean, I'm empty stomach right now.
Yeah.
And I'm full of energy.
Measure her energy. Is there a unit of measuring energy? Somebody please bring it and do that. But yeah, I mean, please note this down, that it's not bad to do intermittent fasting if it's done the right way, and it's not necessary to consume breakfast if you're not hungry. Follow that cue that your body gives you. Eat when you're hungry, and that's the way to great living. And then coming to your skin care and hair care and beauty inside out, tell us what are the special things you do, Malvika, to look this beautiful.
Honestly, just hydrate yourself. As cliche as it may sound, I have a 2-liter water bottle, and I am obsessed with that. Like it actually has my timings written how much to drink water to on. But it really does help. And water is something one must intake and stay hydrated for your skin, for your digestion, even for your hair. They say sometimes the cuticles of your hair need to be hydrated or something like that is what I read recently.
Okay then. So there is no secret like elixir, there's no secret magic potion that you consume.
I mean, there's
Like,
no
there has to be some
secret.
juice, some red, white, green, yellow, something. That
Of course, you need to have your vegetable juices. Though I'm not very regular with that. But I honestly, my taste buds have become such that I like kale and spinach and celery juice. I enjoy all of that. So drinking that is like very normal for me.
So yeah, I mean, guys, like if I feel like you have to win over your taste buds at some point in time if you
Yeah.
want to follow a disciplined life and you want to look a certain way.
I guess.
Like discipline is what does the wonders.
It's a lifestyle change, and it's not just okay, I need to lose weight in 1 month and I'm going to follow this strict diet. It doesn't work like that, because you will lose that weight because your body will let go. But when you stop that, you put on double, which is worse.
Agreed.
So you live in a balance and enjoy life is what I think.
So Malvika, when you go out with your friends, how do you balance given the demands of your career, and how do you cut out that guilt, if at all you feel guilty staying up late at night because next day you have to show up at a shoot? How do you balance that?
I mean, if I'm shooting the next morning, I would not go out at night. But if I'm not, there's no guilt, right? You don't live with that guilt. You just go and enjoy your life, because you got one life. You can't keep restricting yourself. I mean, definitely you
YOLO.
have to balance, you have to be disciplined. But then on a weekend, if your friends are going out, you want to go and do all of that, go ahead.
That's the Gen
Do
Z.
not restrict yourself.
That's the Gen Z mantra of YOLO and do not restrict yourself. Live life guilt-free. Do you weigh yourself? And if you do ever so often, how often do you do that?
Not very often, because I've been almost the same weight since years. So it doesn't make sense for me. A little bit here and there keeps happening depending on my travels. But
But you don't worry much about it because
No.
you know you travel and you love traveling, we know.
I do. I
And
love.
you go all out on your travel.
I do.
So much so that we've heard that you spend all your money
I
traveling.
spend all my money. Whatever I earn, I spend on my travels.
Which is your favorite country in the world?
I think I last went to Greece and I had a great time over there.
So mountains or beaches, what do you prefer?
Pictures come better in mountains, but beaches.
That's Malvika, the content creator, talking. But yeah, I mean, of course, pictures are important.
Very important.
That's how you capture the memories. And when you travel, what do you prefer? Solo traveling or like with a group or with your family? What do you
With a
prefer?
group
With
of
a
friends, family, whatever. Solo, not my scene at all. I can't sit at home even for like 1 hour alone. I need like something around me, some activity needs to keep happening. I'm quite restless that way.
So activity-packed holidays or laid-back, lazy holidays?
Definitely activity-packed holidays. Like even if I go to Maldives, which is supposed to be like a relaxed, easy beach destination, even there I'll make like 10 different things. I want to go scuba diving, I want to go snorkeling, I want to go kayaking, I want to do everything.
Forever first love, PT, remember guys?
Yeah.
Which is that one adventure sport you will never undertake?
Cliff diving probably. I think
Ouch.
that sounds scary. Or bungee jumping. Oh my god, no, I can never do bungee jumping. I don't mind doing skydiving, but no bungee.
I've still not convinced myself to get there, jump off. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
but okay. Okay, so Malvika, that was wonderful. That was super amazing. And there are things that I want you to talk to our audience about. And the way we're going to do it is, I will let you control XPOD and take over the reins. You become the motivator and you become the motivation both. You have to open up a challenge or you do however you want to do it, share your fitness tips or whatever. Tell our audience what they need to do and upload and tag you an HRX brand.
Okay.
So you take over XPOD for the next 2 to 3 minutes. Tell everybody what they should be doing, like put them onto a path for the next 1 week, something that they should follow and come back, posting it on Instagram, tagging you an HRX brand.
Like I said, the most important thing is to stay hydrated. So here's a little challenge for you guys. How about you'll finish your 2 liters of water and take a picture and tag me. And if you'll complete the challenge, I can repost that back. And here's the second challenge. I'm asking all of you to go on a low-carb dinner for a week. I don't think that's too much to ask for. How about you guys send me your recipes or innovative meal ideas. Take a picture of your food, tag me. If I like it, I'll repost that too.
Thank you for joining us today, and your infectious energy rubs off everywhere. I mean, and it shows what we have done to this episode. It's turned out beautiful.
Thank you.
And for that, there's a little bit of something for you.
How sweet.
For when you decide to go on a cheat day or a treat day, let's call it. This is
Thank
from
you.
our gifting partners, Prestige Identity.
Thank you.
And enjoy your time with Miko and when you're with your friends, and hope you remember us and this hamper comes handy then.
Thank you so much. I'm sure it will. It has some really interesting goodies, which I will definitely cheat on my diet with.
Fabulous. We had a lot of fun with you, Malvika. Thank you so much for bracing us and super delightful to have you.
It was my pleasure.
So we had an energy bomb with us today, empty stomach. On her empty stomach, she took us through a roller coaster ride of how a day in life looks like and the kind of things she loves doing and how she balances. Well, that's exactly what we talk about at HRX, how to live a balanced life, how to keep doing things which tend to make you a better person and the better version of yourself. So stay connected, keep coming back for more because we have more such exciting stuff coming back on XPOD soon. Thank you.